Good morning. I've had some recommendations, so we're going to try out a couple various things here. I believe these will hold 2 eggs, but I don't know for sure. And for calorie purposes, I want to have 2 eggs because that's what I'm plugging in. So I want it to be 2 eggs. So I'm going to try. First off, we're going to see if it holds 2 eggs. Okay, so like I said, we're going to just mix up 2 eggs and see exactly what fits. We're also going to be frying up some eggs like I do every morning and seeing and making some wraps and then put them in the freezer and see if those work. So I'm going to mix up the eggs and I will add the bacon pieces and sun-dried tomatoes and cheese after it's in the container. So I used to have a brush, kitchen brush. I don't know where it is. So this is a sponge. It's an actual painting sponge. Just go with it. This is some bacon grease that I've got heated up. Melted. So I'm going to try this. I don't have any spray oils or anything. So let's see if 2 eggs fits in one of these things. Alright, that fit. Now let's see if we can add, usually I have 2 eggs, 14 grams of bacon pieces. I just want to do everything separately to see if it fits, you know. Okay, I'm going to mix that in a little bit. Yeah, I forget my salt and pepper again. Imagine that. And then I do 5 grams of these sun-dried tomatoes. So with the next one, since it looks like it should all fit, with the next one I'll mix it all together in the container and then I'll pour it in. See if that works. I just didn't want it to overflow. And then what I'm thinking I might do is add the cheese. Nah, might as well add the cheese now. But I'm going to do each one individually because if I don't know. I might change my mind. I always do 14 grams. It'll be catawampus if I don't do it all separately. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. All right. So technically it all fit. I'm going to go on and do a couple others in this bacon grease. That one. I'm only going to do 6 for now because I want to see how they turn out. I have a 6-pack of eggs or 18-pack of eggs. Let me wipe that off. That's wet from where I cracked the egg. Okay, so I'm going to go on and get this all ready. So it was 14 grams of cheese. I'll do this for the next one. And then I'm going to do 14 grams of bacon pieces. And then 5 grams of these. Okay, close enough. So now this is what we're going to do. I bought these kind last time. I'm like, I'm going to try them and see if they're any good. Supposedly cage-free. Hang on. I don't have enough room. I got a big mess going on. Okay. So, alright. So I can set this aside because I'm done greasing up the cups. I just have to remember these first 6. So, 1. 2. I'm going to pour, let me put in a little salt in it. And, nope. Yep, some ground white pepper. Set those and kind of mix it up here. And add all these. Get it mixed up. Okay, now I'm going to add it to this cup. See how it goes. Alrighty. So there's that one. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of these 5. Well, I'll let you see me do one more. There's an egg. Here's an egg. Mix it up. Give me some salt. Some pepper. Move these over here for a minute. And we do 5 grams of these tomato things. Then we do 14 grams, which is half a serving, which would be 2 tablespoons worth of cheese. Whoop, hold up, got a little carried away there. Okay, and then 14 grams of bacon pieces. Oh, goodness gracious. Definitely getting carried away. Okay, so I'll put that in there. Get that stirred up. And pour that in. Alright, so I'm going to get these others done. Kind of get that all mixed in a little bit better. Now, I'll get these others done, these other 3, and I'll get back to you. Alright, they are filled. I got to carry it very carefully. The oven is set at 350. I'll poke it after about 20 minutes and see how it's looking. Well, I kind of made a boo-boo. I was in such a habit of putting while I was making the muffins, I put the bacon pieces and the cheese at the same thing, but yeah, so I can't do this like I usually do. So I'm going to do, because usually I do the bacon pieces and let those kind of melt down a little bit, but I can't do that. So I've got the eggs in here. I went ahead and scrambled those up and have them all seasoned with the salt and pepper. So instead, what I'll do is just kind of sprinkle all this onto the egg, trying to spread it out so it can be kind of all over the egg. So that's what I did with that. I'm going to cover it. Scoot the rest of this stuff back. So I'll cover it and then I'll show you whenever it's ready to flip. I freeze my cheese. This has been frozen for, let's see when the expiration date was. March of 2022. And you know, the expiration date's usually a couple months out. So I probably got this last year, January, December time frame. Anyway, so this has been frozen. I just pulled it out because I need one more serving out of it. So I just pulled it out and I just beat it up with my mallet. You know, I love to hit things with my mallet, our kitchen mallet. Anyway, so I just beat it up to separate it, and I'm going to use this on the next one. Okay, it's ready to flip. This is one of the egg life wraps. So I'm just going to set it on here and kind of fold it in half. We're going to do this other one here. Okay. Need to scoot it over. There we go. So that's how it looks. Now, hang on, I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, I'm setting it on this plate to demonstrate. I've got the parchment paper, and I laid one of those, it's one of those select a size, so I laid a thin, the one section of it down, and I put my egg wrap on top of that section. Then I brought it back up over that. Then I laid this one down. I'm going to pull this one over it, and then I'm going to pull the parchment all around it, maybe. And then I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. Okay, so now I'm going to seal up the bag. It don't look pretty, but who cares? And they won't lay nice and neat like they were, but when I pull them out, I'm just going to eat them, so it won't matter. So that's how it's going to be in my Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to toss this in the freezer right now. And we'll see, I'll do two more, one for me to eat today, and then the other one I'm going to put in the freezer. So I'm using these Egg Life wraps, the original ones. So I'm going to make two more. Like I said, another one I'll do just like this. And I'm going to toss them both in the freezer, and we'll try them like next week or later on in the week. These little egg wraps are like awkward shaped. They're not like good round. So they're kind of awkward. Hang on, let me get them on the paper. And let me see if I can do it over there. It's going to be awkward, but let me see if I can do it over here so you can see how I did it. Okay. I laid one down just straight. Pulled the paper up. This paper tore, but it'll be all right. Pull the paper up, put this one on, put this back over it, and then just kind of wrap it up. And let me get the Ziploc. Now I don't know if the paper towels are going to stick. I don't know if it's going to be, how that's going to work. So we'll find out together whenever I take them out. So this will be my last frozen one. Now I'm going to make one for me for breakfast. When I was doing the big egg casseroles, what I did to check it was stick it with a knife. So this has kind of spilled out over the edge. And actually they still look liquidy. Oh yeah, that's definitely not done. It's been 20 minutes. So I need to do it longer. So I'm going to put it back in. Hey Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'll check back with y'all in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm almost done with mine. My breakfast, I mean. They're all mine, but oh, that was a little bit long. Look how dark that is. That's all right. It'll still taste good. When I was a kid, Mom or Dad would burn the toast and they'd be like, oh, just scrape that part off. It's still good. That's what that reminded me of. Oh, just eat it, Terry. It'll be good. I just finished off my protein coffee. So now I'll be having my 2 egg sandwiches. So let's see. I don't know how much time is left on the timer. Alexa will holler when it's done. Whoops. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer? Okay, 6 minutes, y'all. So in 6 minutes, I'll come back and we'll check those egg muffins again. Okay, Alexa says it's been 10 more minutes. It's still running out and gooey, so 2 eggs just might be too much for it. Yeah, that's not done. Like I said, even in the middle, I hope you can see this, in the middle where they ran together, that's still gooey. And it's not cheese gooey, it's like egg gooey, you can tell. So, I'm going to do it for 10 more minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. See how it's looking now. Now I think it might be done. Hang on. Let me wipe off my knife here. Boy, these things rised up big. Yeah, that's better. You can see there's like hardly anything on it compared to earlier. So let me turn off my oven. And I'm just going to let them sit out and cool. And then I'll pop them out and we'll go from there. A lot of it's melted off, but we had snow last night. Of course, it didn't stick to the streets, but we had snow last night here in southeast Missouri. Here's the backyard. We got snow, y'all. Definitely got snow. I ain't leaving my house today. I was gonna go help my friend organize, but that means it's cold. No way, Jose. She can organize by herself. All right, judge me if you want to. I'm putting on a glove. Because I know these eggs will be a little messy because there's cheese in it. And it's still probably a little melty, so I'm putting on a glove. And that's that. All right, let's see how it works. Let's push one up. Oh yeah, that just popped right out of there. Look at that little bobber. That's a muffin. We got some egg muffins, y'all. That come out of there so easy. Oh my goodness, that was nice. Just keep going with them. I remember in the past, I used to take just eggs and not even, well, sometimes I did scramble them and sometimes I didn't. And I would make them in a thing, and that would be like a boiled egg. So if I wanted a boiled egg for a snack or to add to something, I would just bake them instead of boiling them. because then I didn't have to worry about cracking the peeling and stuff. Yep, I'm glad I had my glove on because, you know, there's oil and stuff in there. Now I can just trash that. And now we can zip these up. I'll put maybe like I'll leave 4 in the refrigerator and 2 in the freezer. Because, you know, we want to test out how they are when they're frozen. And, but I know they'll last for 4 days. So I'll do 4 in the refrigerator, 2 in the freezer, and I'll touch base with you on it. Okay, the last meal prep thing I've got this weekend. So at one point I decided I need this extra caffeine in my life. It's kind of like it is an espresso instant coffee. It was pretty potent, and so I quit using it. That was back whenever I was on my blood pressure medicine, and so I don't know. I feel like I need to get rid of them or try them or use them up or something. So instead, usually I do 2 tablespoons of this. Today I'm going to use 1 stick of espresso in these 4. I'm going to try it out. And then just like, again, so I can get rid of them. And maybe it won't be too much since it's 1 stick of espresso versus 2 servings of Taster's Choice. So we'll see how this works out. Like I said, I've got 3 boxes of these things, so I kind of want to work them out. But normally I use 2 tablespoons of the Taster's Choice instant coffee. And then I use 1/2 scoop of the Isopure protein powder. And I drink my coffee, or my protein coffee, from the time I wake up till about, I don't know, sometimes I get done at 8, sometimes I get done at 9, sometimes I'm still drinking on it at 10. Just depends on what's going on that day. These are shaker cups, and these came with those little balls that you can put in them. But I'm not somebody that cares about that stuff. Like, I don't care if I have some protein powder left at the bottom of my dealie. So I don't really care. So I just shake it up, and then when I'm all done, I add just a little splash of water to get the last little bit of protein that's stuck on the bottom. So I've enjoyed these just as much without the coconut milk as I used to with the ones that when I used to use coconut milk. So now I just use 20 ounces of water, whether cold or hot. I just add 20 ounces of water, and these are made up now, and they can just sit over on the counter over there, and then I just grab one in the mornings, and I go ahead and close them so that way the regular air, if there's too much moisture in the air or whatever, I don't know, I just close them. And then when I wash the ones that are in my dishwasher, I leave those open to air dry. So closing them helps me tell them apart. So yeah, these 4 have the, what did I say this stuff is again? Espresso. Cafe Bustelo Espresso. So we'll see if I'm bouncing off the walls this week. We'll know why. Alright, I think that's all for the meal prep. I have no meat to do, no vegetables to do. So it was all just breakfasty meal prep today. Alright, see you later.